Hello, I am Something Else Broken, a solo musician from here in El Paso, Texas. Well, for me, it's a very unorthodox process. I sort of just mess around with an acoustic guitar and just see what chords strike me at the moment. But I actually don't make any of the music until I have some sort of theme or like words. Lyrics are usually the first thing I go for if I'm going to be including them in a song. After that, like once I get the chords down, I sort of start messing around with different structures and patterns. I play it all by ear. Once I get down to like recording all the music, I come up with melodies and harmonies most of the time on the spot, since I originally only just laid down the acoustic chords or progressions or whatever. I do a lot of synthesizing to sort of fill in the sounds where a guitar and bass just don't complete the song. I do use a beat machine, since I don't play drums myself, to create the whole song, and I sing too. As far as actual bands go, just five in random order. I would have to say probably Avenged Sevenfold, My Chemical Romance, Aiden, The Gorillas, and personally, my favorite, Fall Out Boy. Growing up as a teenager in high school and part of middle school, I always thought that Sonny Moore was a really good singer, and I really idolized him for being so young and being in a band and going places. That's when I started really getting into the music scene myself, and I just couldn't believe that somebody so young could have such success like him. And he was my favorite, even after he left from First to Last and did his own solo project, where he was still just considered Sonny Moore. I enjoyed a lot of what he did then still, where he actually had a band and he sang still. And then it started getting a little awkward, maybe around his release of Gypsy Hook. That's when he really just started creating pure electronic music, and he just did remixes. And then after that, he just turned into Skrillex. I still respect Sonny Moore, but I think him as my idol just passed several years ago. But today, I would have to say it's probably Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy, for a number of reasons. One is that he's multi-talented. He does a lot. He produces albums. He plays a variety of instruments. He sings. Probably mostly for his singing. I think he's my role model in wanting to be a better singer. Because I've been a fan of Fall Out Boy for nearly a decade, however long they've been around. Early Fall Out Boy, Patrick's voice was okay, and then just as the years progressed, I noticed him getting better and better and better. And that's sort of inspiration for me as a singer. That's actually what I like to do most when I do my music. A lot of people will actually probably just go right ahead and say that this is more of a goth look or freak, but it's okay. I would probably say the same thing about anybody walking down the street dressed like this with makeup and pale and all black. But I think this image for me is most representational of me during the most crucial point of music in my life. When I was a teenager, I was sort of caught right in between the emo phase and the scene kids, and both of those movements were really impactful in my life, so I was really into like a bunch of bands from the emos, like Taking Back Sunday, Hawthorne Heights, and then just moving on to like the scene where it was really hardcore, like everything was more exaggerating, there was more makeup, bigger hair, tighter clothes. So I mean also I really like a lot of the creepy dark stuff, pop culture, Tim Burton, he's really good at doing stuff like that. Everybody, ever since The Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack Skellington's in any store. Anybody that is a little rocker will probably have a Jack Skellington bag or patch or anything like that at any moment of their life. I like little creepy things like that. I also do enjoy just the fact of being seen as somebody recognizable, just for your image, kind of like Marilyn Manson. Everyone knows he presents himself in a sort of way, kind of like how Kiss did back in the 80s. And most recognizably today, Black Veil Brides, anybody sees them out on the street, they're gonna know who they are just because of their image, So I sort of go about and create an appearance for myself. The stuff that I've been working on at the moment, it's really hard to say or put it under just one genre of music, It's all over the place, it's really sporadic. I will tend to incorporate classical sounds and then throw in some type of metal and then maybe some sort of trance type of dance music, just all encompassed into one song. But it does serve its purpose for that specific moment, when it does come out. I guess post-industrial is what might cover the scope of what I'm doing right now. One thing particularly that does in fact need to change here in El Paso is a lot of places like to charge a cover for people to come in and watch a show. I understand that some places do run their businesses off of events like that, but places like the Percolator, it's like a coffee shop, you don't need to be charging people just to come in and watch a show and then expect them to be buying stuff, something like that should be free. And if you offer a good service, people spend money there regardless. Also, I have noticed within the recent years there have been a tremendous amount of shows being performed at churches. I don't know why or what happened with the recent shift towards those types of venues, but even then the production companies that organize those shows charge a fee also, and that's something I don't really understand or get why they would feel the need to charge for a show at a church, or much less just play at a church. I will say that being a solo musician is actually it's really tough at times, it might limit the way in which you would like your music to sound once you get recordings done. Like, as I said, for me, I actually don't play drums, so I have to use a drum machine. And also, performing live would probably be one of the harder things to do. Like, if you're a solo musician and all you do is play acoustic music, then that's perfectly fine. You don't really need anything with you, just the acoustic guitar and a vocal mic to sing, and you're set. But something for what I'm doing at the moment would require a band to back me up, which at the moment I do not have at my disposal, or B, just take whatever files I have of my music, the instrumental versions, and just have the backtrack playing over the PA while I'm basically alone on stage. Right now my best option is option B, but I'm a little bit nervous as to what sort of reaction I'll get from the audience once I do make all the preparations to go out and play at venues again. So I just finished recording my album. It's called Dance of the Obscure, and I'm going to be posting one track each week on reverbnation.com. That's probably the best place where you can find my music first. Also, I do have like the typical social media. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter. And I do have a YouTube channel, which I will be working on a video for the first track of my album, which is called Devil's Waltz. I think we're going to be recording that sometime in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully it's up really soon after that. And also I'm just making all the preparations I need for me to get back out in the music scene. Hopefully I'll be playing shows regularly at venues within the next month.